Oh gosh, this was a snowball, but I put it in the freezer. Oh no. Okay, well, snowball debt payoff, here we go. Howdy friends, my name's Hannah, and today we're talking about the debt payoff method, famously known as the Snowball Method. In its very simplest definition, the Snowball Method is paying off your debts in the order of smallest to largest. I'm not talking about interest rates here or even minimum payments. I mean literally paying off the debt with the smallest total balance first, then the next biggest, until you're finally paying off your heftiest, chunkiest debt. You all know how I feel about the word chunky. And that's really all there is to it. Seems simple, so why is it so effective? Well, by focusing on knocking out that smallest balance first, once it's paid off, you now have some cash freed up to use for other things. And if you're paying off your smallest debt first, you're gonna free up that cash much more quickly than if you start with any other debt. And with that, let's demo this thing so you can see how this method kicks debt's booty. Step 1, you're gonna make a list of all your debts. So I went ahead and put each of mine on a card. We can see here I have $1,000 left to pay on a medical loan. I have student loans, $15,000 worth, and a personal loan for $500. And I'm just gonna point out right now, if I make the minimum payments on all of these 3 loans until they're gone, it's gonna take me a grand total of almost 16 years until I'm completely debt-free. And on top of that, I'll also be paying an extra $4,050 in interest. Pass. And that's assuming that I don't acquire any new debt in the next 16 years while I'm paying it off. So, tuck that little nugget away for later, painful as it is. Step 2, arrange them from the smallest to the largest. So it looks like I'll want to start by crushing what's left of my personal loan, and then I'll want to annihilate my medical loan, and then I will just blow my student loan to smithereens. Aggressive terminology is key here, really builds the confidence. Step 3, before diving into debt payoff at all, I need to make sure that I have all of my other expenses covered first so that I can prevent myself from going into more debt. I do this with my favorite app, YNAB Budget, or YNAB as we like to call it. Or you can do this with a spreadsheet, a pen and paper, whatever's your jam. Whatever your jam is. If you have a jam, do that. I'll just give you a peek at my YNAB budget real quick here. I connect my bank accounts to YNAB and it shows me how much money I have to work with here at the top that I haven't already budgeted. So you can see I've made a category for every single expense in my life, including how much I need for it and when I need it by. I even made sure to budget money every month for those expenses that don't happen often, like car repairs or taking my dog to the vet, because I know they're gonna happen one day and I don't wanna have to take out more debt when they finally do. You can see here I have vet fund, auto repair, home maintenance. I have next Christmas and my new car. Which brings up one of my most passionate points. The key to breaking free from debt is making sure that you never need it again. And a budget helps wildly with this. When you allocate your money to cover all the different expenses in your life, ones you can easily see and ones that may sneak up on us, we like to call this giving your dollars jobs. Like I know I need about $200 for gas every month, so why don't I just set aside $200 for gas now so that I don't accidentally spend those $200 on something else? It just makes sense, right? That's called a budget. It makes it a lot easier to see how far my money can take me and how much money I even have to throw at my debt and pay it down faster. So I'm gonna make sure to fund all of these expenses, and after doing so, it looks like I'm gonna have about $350 left. Step 4, I have to make the minimum payments on each of my debts. There's really no way around this one. No matter what debt payoff method you're using, this is absolutely an essential step every single time. So to make sure this happens for me every month, I've added each of my debts to my YNAB and I made categories for each of them in my budget so that I can make sure I have enough money set aside to make those minimum payments every month by their due date. I'll go ahead and fund those now. Looks like I will need $200 to meet all of my minimum payments, and after that, we still have $150 left that I haven't assigned a job to do. Step 5, finally, this is where we start to snowball, aka the moment you've been waiting for. After steps 3 and 4, I know that any money I have left over is free game to be used any way I need. So I'm gonna hurl this $150 that I have left at my smallest debt, which is my personal loan. Plus, don't forget, I already set aside $20 in my budget to meet my minimum payment, so this means altogether I'm gonna be putting $170 toward my personal loan this month, and let me tell you, that feels good. So now I'm gonna lather, rinse, repeat this process until one day that personal loan is out of here. What would have taken me almost 3 years to pay off if I only made the minimum payments is only gonna take me 4 months, so hot dog. Now, sidebar, before I go charging at my next debt, here is a step 6 you should always consider. Is it the right move for me to start pelting my next debt? Or, now that I've freed up some of my cash that was always tied up in my debt before, should I maybe slow down my debt payoff and use that money to pad my budget a little more? Because the more padding I have in my budget, the less need I'll have in the future to take out any more debt. And there's no right or wrong answer here. You have to go with your gut, but we just have to pause and ask ourselves, should we slow down with the debt and pad the budget? Or should we keep charging out the debt while we have that momentum? I actually feel very secure about my budget right now. I've got lots of healthy padding, so I'm gonna keep rolling my snowball down my little debt mountain, and also that's what this whole video is about, so I kind of have to, for your sake. You're welcome. So the next month rolls around. I'll follow step 3 like always. I'll follow step 4 like always. But now that that personal loan is gone and I was making a $20 minimum payment on it, I only have $180 worth of minimum payments to make for the medical loan and the student loan. That means that now at the end of the month, I'll have about $170 to throw at my debt. Frick yeah. So I'm gonna make an extra $170 payment on my medical loan on top of the $80 minimum payment I was already making every month, and I'm gonna feel good. As you may be deducing, this medical loan is gonna start disappearing fast because altogether I'm paying $250 toward it a month, which is a whole lot better than the $80 minimum I was paying before. This is a lot of numbers, but I hope you're tracking. Time goes on. One glorious day, I wake up and realize, dang, I don't have a medical loan anymore. What originally would have taken me a year and 2 months to pay off at the minimum payment pace is only gonna take me 7 months. That is exactly half of the time we originally expected. And guess what the heck I do next? Follow step 3, follow step 4. With that medical loan gone, I only need $100 for my student loan's minimum payment, and now I have $250 extra at the end of every month that need jobs to do. Now remember, keep in mind, if I don't want to throw $350 at my student loan, I don't have to. If I want to start saving up for a dope vacation or to renovate my kitchen, go back to school, whatever, I can cut these payments in half or pay the minimum again, but it's up to me. But I'm competitive with myself, so I'd rather just keep chugging and chugging away, launching $350 at my student loan every month. And y'all, if I keep up this pace, that $15,000 student loan, gone in just like 3 more years. That sounds really nice. Okay, this is the fun part. Remember at the beginning of this video when I said if I only made the minimum payment on each of these loans every month, it would take me almost 16 years and over $4,000 extra in interest? Well, if I follow the plan that I showed you guys in this video, I would have all 3 of these loans paid off in just over 4 years and save myself $3,000 in interest. Interest who? And calculating those numbers was actually super easy because in YNAB, I can pull up any one of my loans and adjust how much I want to pay every month or when I want to pay the loan off by, and YNAB's loan planner will calculate for me how to make that happen, as well as how much interest I will save by doing it. For example, we just bought a house, and let me tell ya, my husband and I will be using this loan planner tool like mad. Have you ever looked up how much interest you're gonna pay on your house? Makes me wanna hurl. And y'all, that's all I have to say about the Snowball Method. It kind of speaks for itself. I mean, that was amazing. As the youth say, it is fire. If you're interested to see how YNAB can work for you and your debt snowball, head over to youneedabudget.com and sign up for a free 34-day trial. And P.S., Just between you and me, we totally hate it when you have to provide your credit card info for a free trial, so we don't do that. If you finish your 34-day trial and decide you don't want to keep using YNAB, your trial just runs out and you move on with your life. No surprise charges, no fine print. So, that being said, you might as well give it a shot. No harm in trying. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, and I wish you the very best of luck on your debt payoff journey. Until next time. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I'm just gonna relax the do about fag, you know. Yes, your thing. You're doing great. You're doing good. Keep going. You got it. Connected my bank accounts to YNAB and it, okay. Frickety frack, frick, boopity bap, boop beep boop. Aren't you glad I use hand gestures? How else would you know what I'm talking about?